My mum was named Robin Denise Francis.
My mum's name was Virva Elisabeth Lamberg.
She had breast cancer. She was diagnosed around 60, I believe, and she passed away when she was 64, and I was 28.
She got ill when she was 46 and she died when she was 61. So I kind of lost her when I was 16.
About 4 years. So yeah, rounds of chemo and hair falling out, hair growing back. And
Neurodegenerative disease means slowly losing all your abilities. People think of dementia as just losing your memory, but it's a lot more than that.
when women have breast cancer, it often gets to the lymph nodes as well, and so it blocked off the lymph node onto one of her arms, and so that arm would fill up with lymphatic fluid.
And I remember one of our early conversations within the first year or so of her illness, where we'd be walking and she'd ask, "What is our relationship to each other?" And I'd go, "I'm your daughter." And she thought it was very strange that she didn't know that.
She went into remission for a little while and then it came back. And I think the thing with the arm, she found very distressing because, she had to wear a sling and she couldn't use one of her arms properly. And so I know she got pretty sad about that.
After the memory, she'd lose her ability to speak in the first couple of years, so she wouldn't be able to communicate at all whatsoever.
It would get infected. So, we tried to keep it clean, but she was on chemo as well, and so just her immune system wasn't really up to it. And
walking became harder and harder, and for the last 12 years or so, she was just a bed patient, unable to do anything for herself, completely fed, in diapers, just lying on the hospital bed and unable to tell anyone if she was hurting.
what actually killed her in the end was the septicemia, my understanding. So, went to the hospital and she was trying to talk and she just kept on saying, "I love you," over and over again. And
she got ill when I was 16 and then died 16 years later. But I really wish that she had died a lot earlier.
so we called my sister and she couldn't get there. She got there as early as she could, and so I was trying to hold the phone up to mum's ear so they could talk to each other. And yeah, she just kept on saying, she just kept on trying to say, "I love you," over and over. And I hope Sasha heard her.
It wasn't about me anymore. Like, of course I'd lost mum. Of course I'd lost all my support that I used to get from mum and the love and that. But just to see her in that condition was way worse. So what I really wanted to do for at least 10 years was just to provide her with death. But I couldn't.
But I don't remember that time very well. I was probably taking lots of drugs. Yeah. I wasn't very happy at that time in my life for obvious reasons. So yeah, I don't remember the time around that particularly well. Yeah.
I often distract myself with work or doing things. Mum loved anything cultural and she really instilled that love of art in me as well, and I'm very grateful for that. It's definitely kept me going and alive and happy, whatever that means, for my entire life basically.
Because she bought me my first guitar, obviously, and so Although she didn't always like it because I just wouldn't shut up. But yeah, no, I do just sometimes think about how, how she, because she supported me playing guitar and things like that, in spite of it being annoying to her sometimes. She always supported me with stuff like that. So there was a while ago I wanted to like invest in a guitar company and build a guitar and name it after her. I wanted to call it Robin's Guitar and like some of the profits to breast cancer, but that just turns out it's quite hard to run a guitar company, people. I don't know if you're aware.
I'd hope that I can also be the living evidence of the joy, the wackiness, just the vibrancy that Mum had before she got ill. But I am so often consumed with this sadness.
Yeah. Excuse me. All right.
I think some stories can have happy endings, but this kind of forced idea that a film or a story needs to have a happy ending, I have a problem with that because it doesn't feel realistic. A lot of endings in life are not good.
Time for coffee. Have you noticed that whenever you want quiet, there's always just some truck reversing?